Alright, this is the second time, no, correction, third time I've tried to make this video. Let's try to do it correct this time. So, this video, I am going to be going through all the Pokemon for every generation, and I'm going to tell you what my favorite Pokemon of each generation is. I'm hoping that maybe I can get some of you to post in the comments and tell me what are your favorite Pokemon per generation, or just top 5 favorite Pokemon, or just favorite Pokemon in general. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and start with Generation 1. So Generation 1. So I started off with Pokemon Blue version. So the first Pokemon I started off with was Squirtle. Squirtle was the first Pokemon I had, and of course getting to Blastoise, and I named him Shell Shocker, if you know where that reference is from. Yeah, it was Shell Shocker. I loved him. Then later on, I started a second game and I picked Charmander. I never liked Bulbasaur because Venusaur looked like he's fucking dying. Like he has some kind of disease. Like I do not like Venusaur's design whatsoever. And I mean, Charizard's it's a fucking dragon, like a fire dragon, even though he's actually not a dragon. But yeah. Looking at these others, I didn't care too much about. Of course, Pidgeot was pretty cool because of the anime made Pidgeot a lot cooler. Hate Rattata, like Ekans no. Hated Pikachu and Raichu, didn't care for him. Nidoking. I love Nidoking back in the days. Then he got Sheer Force later on. He actually became decent competitively. But just a heads up, like back in the days, I didn't know anything about like move types and stats and all that stuff. So like every Pokemon I had Ice Beam. So my Nidoking rocked Ice Beam because I didn't know any better. And this is way, back in the days, we didn't have abilities on our Pokemon. We didn't have held items. Like, you didn't have a lot of stuff, so it was pretty bare bones back in the days. Ninetales is a really cool Pokemon. Over down the line, I mean, Meowth, Persian is okay. I liked it Golduck for some reason. Don't know why. Because I don't like Golduck now. I think it's because of Misty and Psyduck, and Psyduck was fucking hilarious in the anime. And I think that's kind of why I like Golduck, because of Psyduck in the anime. Yeah. Primate, pretty boss Pokemon. Arcanine, another very boss Pokemon. Kadabra was on my team because I didn't have anybody to trade to, so I couldn't get Alakazam. So yeah, I had a Kadabra on my team as well. He also knew Ice Beam back in the days. I kept Kadabra on my team until I caught Mewtwo. Yeah, didn't care about the Machop. Yeah. Definitely didn't care about Geodude's line. Didn't care. Rapidash is a cool Pokemon, but didn't care too much about. For some reason, I love Slowbro. Don't know why. This is like Doofy Face. This thing biting on his. Like, this is like 2 Pokemon, but it's 1 Pokemon. It's really strange. But I like Slowbro. And just Slowbro. Slowpoke is cool too. Yeah, for some reason I like Slowbro. Magneton, which is pretty 3 Magnemites, is silly. Dewgong, of course, gotta rep my ice types. When I first saw Dewgong, I was like, oh, this Pokemon, I want it. It's like a seal. Didn't care for Cloyster. I love this Pokemon. It's like one of my favorite ice types. Not my favorite, but one of my favorite ice types. If you didn't know, ice types are my favorite typing in general. So if I could, I would be like a complete ice type trainer and just use ice type Pokemon. Then he would definitely be on the team. And the only reason I'm not using him right now in Sword and Shield is because I already have one fully trained in Sun and Moon. And I don't want to waste time retrading Pokemon I already have. It's the only reason I'm not using him. I had a Haunter, because of course I couldn't get Gengar because I had nobody to trade to. Didn't like Hypno. I liked Krabby. Just Krabby. Not Kingler. I like Krabby. This is a crab, you know. It's funny. I like Krabby. No, hated these Pokemon. Fuck them. Didn't like Executor. I like Cubone and Marowak. I thought the whole story behind the skull that he's wearing being the skull of his dead mother was pretty cool. So yeah, I like that. Did care for Hitmonlee or Chan. Rhydon was on my team, and of course he knew Ice Beam. I really did like Rhydon back then. Didn't care for his evolution very much. Rhydon is cool. Chansey, Tangela, Kangaskhan was really good. Back in the days in the meta with the Parental Bond, which that was what the move was called, right? Parental Bond. Did they get rid of that move? He just doesn't have that ability anymore, or am I tripping? Maybe that was Mega. Was that Mega? Oh, yeah, it was Mega Kangaskhan. Yeah, Parental Bond is silly. It's silly. Like, this thing was running everywhere and running people over at that. Yeah, Kangaskhan. Mega Kangaskhan, to be specific, was a beast. Scizor was pretty awesome. For some reason, I always thought this thing was a dragon. I thought it was a water dragon, and it wasn't. Kind of threw me off. Did they give Kingdra? Kingdra was water dragon. Seadra was not. Okay. Yeah, no. Scyther. I love Scyther. It was like one of the coolest Pokemon in Generation 1. I just like him. Like Scyther. Cool Pokemon. Very cool Pokemon. Magmar, Electabuzz, of course. Like this whole line of Pokemon, I wish they kept all of them. For Mr. Mime down to Pinsir. Like I love this whole line. Gengar, the Magikarp, if evolving to a water dragon, is fucking awesome. Lapras is my ice type, of course. Ditto wasn't very good back in the day. He's a lot better now because he has Imposer. So yeah. Of course the Eevee line. I didn't care too much about the Eevee line back in the days. Of the ancient whatever fossil Pokemon, I like Kabutops the most. Of course you had to run Snorlax because you got like 2 of them in the game. So Snorlax was on my team. Of course he had Ice Beam. Articuno is like the flagship ice Pokemon. Like this is what you think of when you think of ice Pokemon. Articuno. Of course I love Articuno. But I don't like him competitively because he has like no move coverage, 4 times weak to rock, and like his attack damage and speed is pretty mediocre. And he's not a tank. You can't tank with Articuno. Like these stats make no sense. So I didn't like him competitively, but still like Articuno. Yeah, then the other 2 birds. I hated Moltres the most. Zapdos is cool. Dragonite, like, in order to beat Dragonite, you had to be packing another fucking Dragonite. That was the only way you was beating Dragonite. Dragonite was the fucking shit. Like, look at his happy-go-lucky dragon smile. It's like, haha, Charizard? Nah, bitch. Dragonite. Oh, man. Pretty fucking awesome. Mewtwo, of course. An amazing legendary. It's like psychic alien Pokemon. Then you got Mega Mewtwo, X and Y. Yeah. Mewtwo is awesome. It's one of the best or better legendaries at least. So as far as Generation 1, my favorite Pokemon in Generation 1, I'm gonna have to cheat and say Articuno. It would be Dragonite, because I like Dragonite because all the fucking move coverages he can learn, fire, ice, like look at all these elements that he can learn. It's crazy. But Articuno is like the representation of ice. So it's like I had to pick Articuno. Typically I wouldn't pick legendaries, and I guess if I didn't pick legendaries, it would be a tie between Dragonite and Charizard. which I hate Charizard now because I feel like he has too much representation. Like he's become the new Pikachu pretty much, or at least next to Pikachu. Yeah, but he's just better competitively than say like Blastoise, who just wasn't really good competitively. So, but yeah, just Generation 1. That's that's who I would pick. I guess I'm not gonna include legendaries, so I would have to say Dragonite. Dragonite is my favorite for Gen 1. Gen 2. So my starter in Gen 2 was Chikorita, which sucked. Majority of the grass types sucked, but I just liked how Chikorita looked. I like Bayleaf. I didn't like Meganium. Yeah, Meganium very much. Chikorita was cute though. And then my sister started off with Cyndaquil, and she played the whole game with just Cyndaquil, pretty much just Typhlosion, and she used nothing else and beat the whole game with Typhlosion. It was silly. I didn't even know it was a thing you could do, but she was like, yeah, I don't care about catching anything else, I'm just gonna use this. And she just used this one Pokemon to beat everything. It was crazy. The other Pokemon didn't care too much for. Then they came out with a baby Pokemon, like no. Mareep was pretty cool. Mareep Line, Flaffy, the Ampharos was a very cool Pokemon. Then they gave us Mega Ampharos. Majestic bitch, love you. Sudowoodo was a trip because it was a tree, but it was actually a rock type, so it was weak to water. So you had to water the tree. It was silly. Oh yeah, new evolutions, Espeon and Umbreon, really cool Pokemon. Really cool Pokemon to add to the game. They added Slowking. I don't like Slowking as much as I like Slowbro. Like, from going to Slowbro, like this slow Pokemon mentally, to this, oh, I'm very knowledgeable. I don't like that. Just don't like it. Fortress is pretty badass. It was like our first real tanky Pokemon that came out. Oh yeah, Scizor is the motherfucking GOAT, at least for me. I'm very, very sad Scizor is not in the game. And spoiler alert, Scizor is my favorite Pokemon in all of Pokemon, like period. This is really cool, really great competitively. Only thing I have to worry about is fire types. Like, yeah, like no defense. So I mean, but you weren't really going for defense. You were like, yeah, going for damage, and then I'm going to go first. And you're rocking people's socks. So yeah, I love Scizor. Mega Scizor, like, look at this Pokemon. It's fucking amazing. Like, is there additional artwork? Can I? Oh, that's it. Yeah, look at this Pokemon. Mega Scizor looks better than Scizor. Like, he looks awesome. I love this shit. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, Heracross was a beast back in the days. A lot of people didn't know Heracross is a beast. You got Sneasel. Sneasel, of course, my ice type. Gotta represent ice types. I like Sneasel. I did not like Weavile. I don't like the way it looks compared to Sneasel. That big, fluffy, I don't know, like peacock thing on his head. Going down, Skarmory was cool. Houndoom was really cool. And there's Kingdra again. Smeargle was a weird Pokemon. Like, he could typically learn anything by using Sketch. So just use Sketch, and whatever the last move the opponent used, it would learn it, and it would actually become a permanent move. It was really cool. So he could learn like Sacred Fire and stuff, Aeroblast, that no other Pokemon can learn but the legendaries. So yeah, he was a really cool Pokemon. I hate that they took him out. Another Hitmontop. Weird. More baby Pokemon. I hated the dogs. I didn't like the way they looked. It was like, Tyranitar was like, okay, I guess. Lugia and Ho-Oh, pretty awesome. Lugia being the better. Didn't care for Celebi. Lugia was a tank. Like the first time I battled Kid, he had Lugia, like back in the days of Pokemon Stadium 2. And you couldn't kill him. Like his defense was just too good. And then he had Recover, and it was just ridiculous. You could not stop him. So yeah, obviously best favorite is Scizor, hands down. Generation 2. Generation 3, I started off with Treecko. And I mean, I don't know. I started off with another grass type. Yeah, weird. It's like water, and then grass, and then grass again. But yeah, I just like the way Grovyle looked, and the move Leaf Blade was really cool. I didn't like the way Sceptile looked as much as Grovyle, but Mega Sceptile looks pretty fucking awesome. But yeah, Blaziken, of course, is a beast like this fucking chicken. Oh my god. Mega Blaziken? Oh yes. You got speed boost? This is a stupid Pokemon, man. Swampert was also really good with the water ground typing. That's really good typing, like only weak to grass. And then Mega Swampert with Swift Slam is silly. Like these are like the better starters. I think it went downhill from here. Didn't care about any of these other early Pokemon. Ralts to Gardevoir line is an amazing line. Gardevoir was like the first waifu for Pokemon. And then you got Mega Gardevoir with this big wedding dress. Like this is awesome. And I think the shiny version, she had a black dress for her Mega Evolution. Yeah, it doesn't show here. It doesn't show the Mega Evolution. But yeah, Mega Gardevoir's dress was black, which was like, she was like a widow. So it was really cool. Gardevoir was a really cool Pokemon. Slaking was really awesome. He had ridiculous HP and attack, but his ability held him back, so he can only attack like every other turn. So he could run stuff like Hyper Beam and stuff like that he had to recharge because he couldn't attack anyways after that. So it worked out with him. This Pokemon, you would look at it and be like, oh, this is another bullshit bug Pokemon. But his evolution line, like he evolves into Ninjas, which if you have an extra space in your slots for Pokemon and an extra Pokeball, it would then it's the shell pretty much of the Pokemon turns into a Pokemon. So it's like you get 2 Pokemon for the price of 1. And Ninjas and Shedinja are amazing. Ninjas had speed boosts, and then Shedinja had Wonder Guard, which made it to where, like, you see all these black zeros, unless you had super effective coverage, you could not kill him, even with his 1 HP. You just could not kill him. So it was very good Pokemon. And like there were some tricks back in the days with Wonder Guard and Skill Swap to the point where you can make a unkillable Pokemon, but we'll get to that. Great Pokemon. Explode, whatever. Hariyama was kind of cool. I like Mawile. Mawile's design. I just really like a ponytail, but a ponytail is a mouth. I wish I did more with this Pokemon. Like gave her an evolution or something. He had Mega Mawile, which was actually good in the meta. Sableye. Sableye was the Pokemon. Back in the day, this Pokemon had no weakness until Fairy came out. He had no weakness. So if you skill swapped Wonder Guard to Sableye, he pretty much couldn't die because you couldn't hit him with anything. And the only way you would win is if you had him run out of PP. Then you had Mega Sableye, which had Magic Bounce, which was really good in the meta as well back then. Agron, I love Agron. I love Agron. I just love his design. Even Aron, his first form, I use this one as well competitively. Yeah, you can just kind of imagine the shenanigans. Mega Agron didn't care too much for, but Agron himself is I like. Don't know why, I just like his design. I thought he was just really cool. Wailord, like the big boy. Torkoal being giving us that drought. Flygon didn't care for. Spinda I like a lot in doubles. Like don't underestimate this little dissy Pokemon. Didn't care for any of these. Oh, I hate Solrock. Ever since the dude, the trainer that you get in max raid battles in Sword and Shield now, all the Soul Rock does is set up. It's like Cosmic Power, fucking Rock Polish. He never attacks. He just sets up. I hate it now. Seeing this thing triggers me. Crawdon was really good. Water Dark typing was really good coverage. I like it. Claydol was okay. I mean, these were our fossil Pokemons, which we thought were really weird looking. I mean, the ones we have now are really weird looking. I mean, look at this. It's like, I thought these were his eyes, and then later on I was like, no, these are his eyes. I'm like, oh, that's weird. That's just weird. Milotic, I love Milotic. Very majestic, beautiful Pokemon. Very hard to kill with Marvel Scale, and I think like Recovery and Aqua Ring. Yeah, it was very, very difficult to kill a Pokemon. Kecleon was really cool because he had Proton and color change. He was just very weak, so he wasn't really usable. Absol is an amazing Pokemon, like amazing design. And then Mega Absol, just just look at this Pokemon. Like, it's got like fur wings and like the hair over the face, and like this is an amazing design for a Pokemon. And Magic Bounce, like, fucking hell. We no longer have Megas though. All those cool designs fucking gone. I digress. And they could just turn them just into another evolution line, but they probably won't. Metagross is really cool. I like it, like it's a machine thing with like 4 arms. You got Mega Metagross, and then the shiny version was silver with the gold, I think. Yeah, silver and gold. It's pretty awesome. You got the Reggies. I love the Reggies. They're awesome. Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Deoxys were busted legendaries. Like, Kyogre got Primal Kyogre. Like, look at these stats. Like, these Pokemon were silly. And yeah, Groudon with Primal Groudon. Oh my god. Rayquaza, and then Mega Rayquaza. And then Rayquaza, the shiny Rayquaza, I think was the first legendary I saw that was shiny. Had that black and yellow, like red. It's cool. And these elemental, weather setup Pokemon. So they're still viable, although they're no longer in the game. So sad. Deoxys is probably one of the best Pokemon in the game because he has all these forms. So it's like somebody was like, oh, let's make another alien like Mewtwo, but give him weird forms and like just make him really busted in each form. So yeah, normal form, like look at these stats. This is stupid already. Like, these are stupid stats already. And then you had attack form. Look at this. It just cast off any defense and just go in full attack. Like, both physical and special attack is crazy. Defense form is kind of the weaker one because he has no HP. Like, they should have lowered that speed and gave him more HP, if anything. The speed form, which is I think the fastest Pokemon in Pokemon. I think. Like 180 speed, like that's stupid. It's stupidly unnecessary. So Generation 3. Favorite Pokemon in Generation 3 is I'm gonna say it's out I mean Absol is Mega Absol, like that design, like oh my god. I love this design. I didn't care for Absol too much competitively because the move pool they had was kind of mediocre for the stats that they had. Like all this physical attack, but its better moves were special moves and better special move coverage. And then its speed wasn't that great unless it Mega Evolved. So for me, despite stats and everything and how good it is competitively, it's probably Agron. Agron, I don't know, something about the way his design is. I just like it. Like, tanky, it's like full defense. He didn't really have any way to recover his health, which was a problem. And that 4 times weak to ground and fighting made him pretty not tanky. But yeah, Agron's probably my favorite one. And Aron, I just love those two. Generation 4. Starter was Piplup. I don't know why. I just like Piplup more than the others. And Empoleon looks fucking sick. With the water steel typing, I love that typing. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Torterra, I think, was the better grass type with the tree on his back. Like, he just looks better than Venusaur. I just feel like he's just a better Venusaur. Like, he doesn't look like he's sick and dying like Venusaur. Infernape, wannabe Blaziken. Yeah. Of course, made after the Sun Ging, Son Goku. Luxray is amazing looking. Like, fucking hell. Pure electric type? That's amazing looking Pokemon. Rampardos was stupid. High attack, you got him rock polish, and after that first turn, he just mold breaker through everything. Like, it was stupid. This was their, like, the defense version of it, but just not as great. Yeah, I like Weasel. I don't know, something about his design. It's really cute. I just like his design. Weasel's cute. It's like a water version of Tails or something. Like, he's not a fox, but yeah, anyways. Ambipom was really good in the meta. The Tactician, and he got Fake Out and stuff like that. It was really good. This Pokemon, really good. Storm Drain, very good Pokemon. Didn't really care for his design. Yeah, the next waifu Pokemon, La Bunny. Yeah, I mean, the Chocolate Bunny. I mean, what can you really say? That hasn't already been said. Miss Magnus was really cool. Pure Ugly. Like, his name is Pure Ugly. Fuck this Pokemon. Waste of space. Anyways, more baby Pokemon. There's another Pokemon I had no weakness until Fairy. Garchomp was a beast back in the days. Dragon Ground. He was really beastly. Lucario's in like another league of Pokemon. Like, he could easily be another like flagship Pokemon next to Pikachu and Charizard. Like, Lucario is fucking amazing. Like the aura thing, like he had this Mewtwo type feel to him, but then he's fucking fighting Steel. So I was like, what? It's pretty amazing Pokemon. Drapion was really good. I love Toxicroak and Krogok. I love this line. It's like the bad guys who use this Pokemon. I just like them. I just like them. Poison fighting. It's pretty cool. Abomasnow sucks, but he has snow warning, so fuck him. We've excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. Then they gave evolutions to older Pokemon. Some of these are just Electivire, use thunder on the field. I love fucking Paul Electivire. I hope y'all got that reference. Magmar was okay. Togekiss is busted with its Steering Grace and King's Rock Air Slash nonsense. Yeah. Leafeon Glaceon, of course Glaceon, of course. Glysaur, Polygon Z. I like Glade because I felt like he was like heroic. It's like the heroic Pokemon. Yeah, Mega Glade. His stats just didn't back up what he was really trying to go for. With like 80 base speed, he got outspeeded a lot, so it just didn't really help. He had great move coverage and everything though, but it didn't work out. Frostlass, pretty awesome. Like, the only way you can get Frostlass is to have Snowrut literally die. Like, that's the lore behind it. Snowrut dies and it becomes Frostlass. It becomes a ghost of itself, which is awesome. Real time, I slept on this Pokemon with all its different forms back in the days, but it's pretty fucking beast, especially in the meta now. Didn't care about these. You had Dialga and Palkia, you had Time and Space, which is pretty cool. Whatever. Regigigas was pretty cool. Giratina, you have the origin form. That's really cool. It's like Ghost Dragon. I like the typing. It's cool. Whatever. Darkrai is amazing. Like, Bad Dreams. Like, this Pokemon was amazing. Especially in doubles. Put your Pokemon to sleep and they just have bad dreams. It's great. Oh yeah, this Pokemon is fucking Sky form. Whatever. Then you have Arceus, which is the god of Pokemon, pretty much. God of Pokemon. Not really that great, actually. So yeah, Generation 4. Damn, we're still on 4. So Generation 4 would have to be Glaceon, obviously. Moving on, Generation 5. Why is Victini there? I'll just tell you right now, it's fucking Oshawott. Oshawott has so much character, so much fucking so much charisma as a Pokemon, like in the anime. Like, I went back and watched the Japanese version of Pokemon to see his Japanese name, which is Mijumaru, by the way. He's like Miju, and then you got Oshawott. I like the Japanese one better, but I digress. But yeah, I love fucking Oshawott. I don't care about any of his evolutions. I'm talking about motherfucking Oshawott with the shell in his chest. That's my boy. Then you got Razor Shell. That shit was so cool. And then you have Superior, who was obviously busted. The snobby, oh, I'm better than you Pokemon. I mean, his name is Superior. He was actually superior, but yeah. Import, trash. More firefighting Pokemon, and then trash at that, like fat pig, slow, terrible. Yeah, they had these monkeys for more elemental coverage. Yeah, grass, fire, and water, so you can cover whatever you didn't pick. That was a cool idea, although I just didn't like the way they looked. This Pokemon that was a part of the Dream World that was based around this game, which I don't even remember. Excadrill, didn't care too much for. Really good though, really good Pokemon. Seismitoad, really good, of course, with the water ground typing. I'm telling you, man, it's water ground types. Scolipede, I liked. It was a good setup Pokemon. Whimsicott, also a good setup Pokemon, especially for doubles. This Pokemon ended up not being very great, sadly. Charmander. So Charmander is kind of weird. This Pokemon sucked. Because I don't think he had Shift Force. I think he just had Zen mode back in the days. Was his regular ability. And Zen, like, he's got attack and speed. But then Zen mode, when your HP goes below half, you go into Zen mode. And then your stats change. So that he loses that attack and speed. So it's like, you base him either around getting to Zen mode, but then in this mode he had no speed. He just had to fit. It was just a terrible Pokemon. I didn't like it. Scrappy, the Hoodlum Pokemon. I think it's Hoodlum Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. Baggy ass pants he's always holding up. Oh god, is that racist? Fuck it. Confagrigus, the mummy. I like this coffin. It's like this Egyptian coffin with hands. Like, it's really cool. Zoroark was really cool with the illusion ability, so you can trick people into thinking you were something else. It's really cool. I love Gothorita. Its design kind of scared me. I love this Pokemon right here. Like, the design, like, I wish this Pokemon was better, but it just wasn't great stat wise or whatever. Yeah, these Pokemon, okay. Ferrothorn, another tank that we're dealing with now. Chandelure was pretty awesome. Haxorus, I didn't care too much for. Didn't care for the ice types. I like this Ninja, and I like this dude because he has the sleeves for like his arms or whatever when he's fighting. Really good. I feel like this was trying to be like the replacement for Scizor, so I don't like it because of that. Yeah, the American Bird. You got the Afro Bull, and then Mandibuzz. I love Mandibuzz. Don't know why. Something about it I just like. Yeah, this dragon, this three-headed dragon with heads for his hands. Like, this is weird. Didn't care for any of these legendaries. So yeah, favorite Pokemon of this gen would have to be Oshawott. Yeah, fuck everybody else. I liked it. I like Reshiram, and I like Kieran, and then Kieran got the fusion with them, so yeah, black Kieran and a white Kieran. I like that, but I didn't care for it that much. Alright, Generation 6. My starter was Froakie, so I got Greninja. I like Braixen. I didn't like no, this is terrible. Don't do this. Talonflame was pretty awesome. I like this design, this Fire Lion design. I liked it, the panda, for whatever reason. Aegislash, yeah, you had the sword shield Pokemon. It's pretty awesome. Malamar was a really good Pokemon. This thing scared me. This poison dragon thing scares me. I like this design for this dinosaur, just big ass T-Rex. I like this design. It just ended up being very weak. Oh yeah, this is where we got Sylveon, which is cool. Hawlucha is a beast. Oh yeah, this thing was really good. Then you had Goodra. These fucking keys, I like these keys. They're really good in the meta. Didn't care for the legendaries. Yeah, definitely didn't care for them. This thing, we found out later that this was the 50% form, and there's a 10% form, which is like a dog, and then there's like 100%. It's a fucking like Megazord. Like, what the fuck? This is silly. So yeah, for this generation's Aegislash. Aegislash for sure was my favorite. Second would definitely be Greninja. So Generation 7, this was Sun and Moon days. I started off with Rookie. No, Rowlet. What did I say? Rookie. Rowlet. Which evolved into Decidueye. I thought it was really cool. Grass type. I was like, oh yeah, the grass types are coming back. You notice I typically don't fuck with the fire types because everybody picks the fire types. My babe ended up picking Litten. I think it's like the first Pokemon game she started off with. I don't know. She might have did Generation 6. I don't remember. I think she did do Generation 6. And then Generation 7, she picked the fire type again, which was Litten. And then she was so upset when this thing evolved into this. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm making sure from now on I know what the final evolutions are before I pick my starter. Because yeah, there you have Primarina, which was the Pokemon she probably should have picked. Sun and Moon Pokemon are just weird. Like, you have this Donald Trump Pokemon. This is pretty terrible. Lycanroc was really good. It had a midday form, or midnight form, midday form, and a dusk form. Midnight form is probably the cooler one. Fucking Toxapex. Yeah, I thought this thing was cool because it has Solar Blade. Salazzle is okay. Another waifu Pokemon with these wide ass hips. Oh yeah, you had Guzma, leading Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. You had the Sandcastle, the Ghost Sandcastle that killed children, which is great to know. I like this thing back in the days. I'm sad that it's gone. I like this Koala too back in the days. I'm also sad that it's gone. Both of those Pokemon are really good Pokemon. Mimikyu is a pretty cool Pokemon to make. Like, it wants to be Pikachu. Like, that's really good story behind just the Pokemon's appearance by itself. This grass type this game had too many legendaries. Like, look at this. I hate them. I hate them all. I didn't even bother catching the Ultra Beasts. I don't like any of these legendaries. They're terrible. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Like, this is like the unreleased Pokemon or whatever, and then you had the one from Let's Go that they added to the game. But yeah. So yeah, favorite from this one has to be Golisopod. Yeah, like, I love Team Skull. They're like my favorite evil team. And Guzma and his leading boy. Yeah, definitely my favorite Pokemon from Generation 7. Then we have this generation. Generation 8. Of course, I start off Sableye. My babe started off with Scorbunny, which became Cinderace. So it worked out for us with our starters. I liked Corviknight, but I didn't really end up using Corviknight later on in the game. You know, Pokemon or whatever. Colossal, I liked it in game. I liked the Mega or the Dynamax version. Toxicity, yeah, I love this. There's no point in clicking on this because it's these terrible arts. Like, they need to update this. Cinescorch was really cool. I like Poltergeist because I've used Poltergeist. Hatterene, the next waifu, pretty good Pokemon with Magic Bounce, hidden ability. This thing, Grimmsnarl's also really good. I love Obstagoon. Somehow they made me like Zipzagoon. Like, I don't know how, but with this, why is he in a picture? Whatever. But for some reason, I ended up liking Zigzagoon. Like, they redid the line with the, like, I hated Zigzagoon, but then this is like, wow. Yeah, the dead Corsola Pokemon is crazy. It's fucking Surfetch. And I seen Surfetch. It's fucking Sword and Shield. Like, I was like, I have to have this Pokemon on my team. And it was like, oh, Sword exclusive. I was like, fuck. These things are cool. The little Phylax. Like, I like them, like little Bombermans. They're following each other. This is a cool concept for Pokemon design. I love this thing. It looks beautiful. Beautiful ice Pokemon. I was like, okay, ice Pokemon coming back. Yeah, Ice-Q. I slip on this Pokemon. Is actually really good with the no face. Yeah, I slept on you. I'm sorry. Morpeko is actually really good with the full belly and the hungry mode. This Pokemon has a good Mega Evolution. Dragovich and Dracovolt and Dragovich are really good Pokemon. Like, don't sleep on these Pokemon. Duraludon, when I first seen this Pokemon, I was like, yes, you're on my team, hands down. Like, I have nothing more to say. I had to have on my team. Dragapult was really good type coverage. The first one I made it physical because I thought that's what he should be. Then, like, later on, I had to make another one for elemental purposes. And the doggos are really, I don't know, they grew on me. I honestly didn't really care for them, and then later on I was like, they grew on me. I like them. And Eternatus, a motherfucking Giga Cannon. I think this is like the strongest Pokemon in the game with his Eternamax. Like, look at these stats. Like, this is literally the final boss representation of Pokemon. With that being said, my favorite for Generation 8 is actually not on this list. He's actually further up here. Here. It would obviously be Galarian and Darmanitan. Like, for an ice Pokemon to come out to be this good for the meta, like, even if they tried to nerf this thing, I like both Guerrilla Tactics and Zen Mode. Like, I could use him in 2 different ways. I love this Pokemon. This is my favorite Pokemon of Generation 8. And yeah, with that being said, that is my favorite Pokemon from every generation. Please put in the comments down below. What are your favorites? Did you agree on some of these things I said? Did you upset that I didn't talk about your favorite Pokemon? Are you upset that they Thanos over half of these Pokemon from the game like I am? So yeah, just let me know, and thanks for watching.